Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, we'll get started. First of all, welcome. My name is Randy Zook. I'm president of the Arkansas State Chamber of Commerce, and my day job, or night job right now, I suppose, is to serve as chairman of the organization announcing its existence today, namely Arkansans for Jobs and Affordable Energy. And first, let me say thank you to each and every one of you for coming from across the state. We think this is a keynote, a key opportunity to make sure that the people of Arkansas understand just what is at stake in this potential ballot issue that we are doing our best to prevent and ultimately to defeat. The reason we oppose this issue, thank you. It didn't say pause for applause anywhere on here. The reason we oppose this issue, though, is very straightforward. We're convinced, we're certain, that it will threaten the existence of hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs across the state of Arkansas. It would harm or hinder our ability to compete with other states, namely Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas, and even North Dakota and Pennsylvania, for further business development of our mineral resources, and it would definitely be detrimental to the future economic growth of our state. We have a very broad coalition represented here today by people from across the state and from organizations like the County Judges Association, who recently voted unanimously to oppose the tax. We have mayors and other elected officials from numerous cities and towns across the state. We have business owners. We have employees of the gas development and production companies, as well as, most importantly, the suppliers to those companies. And we also have representatives of the thousands of royalty owners, the folks who own the property across the state that is where their mineral rights are being developed through this activity. All of which recognize the negative impact a precipitous punitive increase in our severance tax would have on our businesses and our communities. And I'm proud to introduce to you a few folks who are going to take a few moments and share their thoughts on this important issue. First will be Linda Lynn, who is a royalty owner and who has a strong personal story of how natural gas production has touched her family. Linda also serves as vice chair of our committee. Following Linda will be Lonnie Turner, an old friend from the middle of the last century in college, who's also a well-respected Franklin County attorney and longtime advocate for landowners in gas-producing areas, especially in the western part of the state. Following Lonnie will be Mayor Parnell Vann of Magnolia, one of many mayors across the state who oppose this tax because of what it could do to potential economic development in our communities, especially potentially in South Arkansas. And finally, former State Representative John Lowry will speak to represent small business owners across the state whose businesses are built around and depend heavily upon successful and growing economic natural gas production in our state. We've asked these four folks to share their perspectives on this proposal and the negative impact it would have. So help me welcome Linda Lynn first. Linda?
My name is Linda Lynn, and my husband Danny and I grew up on dairy farms in Van Buren County. None of us had much money, but we grew up with strong work ethics, a strong belief in God and our country, and in standing up for what is right. I am grateful for the opportunity to be here today and speak against a tax increase that I believe is wrong for Arkansas and wrong for Arkansans. We're royalty owners and we run a small business. It is important to me that we help folks understand just who will be hurt the most if this proposal passes. Sheffield Nelson has made it appear that the big out-of-state gas companies are the only ones paying a severance tax and are the only ones who will be affected by a tax increase. Well, that's absolutely not true. It's everyday Arkansans, your friends, neighbors, and family members a percentage of severance tax is taken out of every royalty owner's checks. Mr. Nelson might also have you believe that royalty owners are all wealthy. Well, maybe a few of them are, but the vast majority of folks out there getting these checks are not. They are average, hardworking Arkansans, and many of them depend on the money to make ends meet. Let me tell you a little bit about two royalty owners. One was my mother-in-law, Ova Edwards, who passed away 3 years ago at the age of 92. Before my husband's father died in 1965, the two of them operated a small dairy farm on 100 acres just up the road from where Southwestern Energy is located today at Damascus. She lived on less than $1,000 a month, raised a disabled daughter, and never would have dreamed of selling her land to help make ends meet, because that was her land that she wanted to be passed down to her kids and grandkids. Well, like most folks in that area, she had always worked hard and never dreamed of getting a gas check. She died a month before getting her first check, and her grandkids get that check today. My own mom and dad, Willard and Reba Stark, also had a dairy farm where they raised their kids, worked hard, and were good members of their community. They watched those first wells being drilled right across the road from their house. Didn't miss watching a single truck turning in. No one complained about any road, any noise or traffic. They were just grateful to have them there. My dad passed away 3 weeks before he got the first check, and today those checks help pay to take care of my mom, who has Alzheimer's disease. These are typical royalty owners, people who own small family farms and have worked hard all these years for a living. The gas income is helping to make getting by or retirement just a little bit easier. It's what makes retirement possible in many cases. Now, Sheffield Nelson wants to increase the severance tax on these folks to help pay for roads all over Arkansas. Yes, there has been some wear and tear on roads in production areas, but the gas companies are paying to fix the roads they use. The natural gas community has paid more than $140 million for roads in the last 3 years through the current severance tax, plus tens of millions of dollars directly to county road repairs in the counties where they do business. It's not right to ask royalty owners or natural gas producers to pay to fix all roads used by all industries all across the state. If anyone were really concerned with the roads in the Fayetteville Shell area, they would have made sure that the money coming from the last severance tax would have gone to repair the roads in that area. But I think it was more about getting a bill passed in the legislature that was something for everyone philosophy. The benefits natural gas production has brought to Arkansas touch us all, I mean every one of us, from the thousands of workers or royalty owners like you and me, impacted directly to the local restaurants, motels, and retailers who have seen their businesses grow because of the revitalization in so many of our communities. I'm not saying that there are not ever any issues with gas companies. That's the case with any business that you operate. You're always going to have problems. My husband and I have had issues with one of the companies, but we've been able to solve those problems with simple communications, and our property's been left in a lot better shape than it was when they came in. Overall, the benefits to our state has been incredible, I think, and I'm not willing to risk losing their jobs or the growth in our communities and the positive impact on our state's economic future by raising the severance tax. I feel blessed to have grown up in a small town like Bee Branch with parents who taught me how to work hard for a living and to stand up for what I believe in. I urge you to join with me today in taking a stand against the severance tax increase. We should be encouraging continued production, job growth, and economic development in Arkansas, not sending it to some other more receptive state. And I thank you.
Linda's got it right. She has it right. I knew her dad, Willard, and he was the salt of the earth. And I'm telling you, he's smiling to have known what his daughter has said today because she spoke the truth. I thank y'all for putting together this occasion today. I really appreciate it because there's been a lot of mistruths told in trying to get this thing on the ballot. And so today is kind of an opportunity, as far as I see it, to kind of tell you a little more about the truth. As Linda's told you, they've told you this is a gas company bill. It's against the gas companies. Well, I know about gas companies because I've been suing them for 40 years. But that don't make it right, you know. That don't make it right. Anywhere from 12.5% to 25% of this tax is going to be paid by royalty owners, just like the stories that Linda has told you about that's happening at Bee Branch. They happened in Franklin County, Arkansas. They happened back in the 80s. And they happened when Sheffield Nelson was head of our club. And by gollies, it took a long, long time to straighten out some of that mess. And I don't want to go back, folks. I don't want to go back. Now, these royalty owners, they're not down here. You know why? Because they've got jobs and they're home working. And we've got a lot of people here that's employed by the gas company, and they're here to tell you that those are good jobs and that's putting money into our communities. We're building schools with it. We're building roads with it, and we're educating our children with it. Not everything comes from the gambling tax. Believe it, folks, believe it. I don't know why they think 7%. Oh, just 7%. Well, that's a big dollars, okay? That's big. You heard the story about the lady with the 2 pence at the well. There's plenty of them in Franklin County. And there's kids wearing good clothes today and being able to go to school without being embarrassed because they do have a little money in their pockets, and it don't belong to the state. It belongs to that community. Well, they'll tell you that politics makes strange bedfellows. Well, that's not exactly all the time the truth, because sometimes truth and justice make strange bedfellows too. And I'm here to speak with the gas companies, not for them, but with them, because this is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. I get wound up, and I can't help it. I'm nervous because I've been traveling this road for 40 years. For 40 years I've been saying, let's get us a little bit of income. You know, this is not a sin thing. Having gas royalties is not a sin. It's not a bad thing. It's a crop. It's a livelihood. It's a part of our income. Just like soybeans, just like wheat, just like timber, just like all the other crops we got across this state. It's income into the families that we live in our communities with. And I don't like this bully politics. I don't like this bully politics. There's 3 B's out there. There is 3 B's that we're confronted with, and one of them is a bully. It's a bully, and what is that bully? You know what's happened on the school ground. You remember it, and you didn't like it then, and you don't like it now. It's whenever they see someone with an ice cream cone, and they want to go take it away from them. But they won't do it by themselves. They go gather up a crowd, and they want to take that ice cream away from them and eat it. Well, we got a bully now, and he's tried to bribe the cities to go out here and carry these petitions, but he hadn't got them all. Because some of them's here today. They know better. They know that that is a bad tax, and they know that the people should keep that income and spend it right in their communities. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm against it. I'm against it. I'm against it. I have been against it because it's not good. It's not good for the people of Arkansas. And when you're asked, when they come and ask you to carry a petition, or they come and ask you to carry a sign, gentlemen, you can tell them what to... Excuse me. Ladies, just say no. No, no. 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 Thank you.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity today. I'm Parnell Vann. I'm the mayor in Magnolia. In 2011, we heard a lot of talk about a severance tax hike that would put money back in street and county road funds. Not so fast. South Arkansas has always been one of the leading natural resource producers of timber, oil, natural gas. What I'm seeing more is money going out than money coming in. This also will slow down, if not stop, our local producers. Not to mention the big companies coming to Arkansas. If we run the big companies out and my local producers slow down, there goes jobs that we need desperately in South Arkansas. Let's not forget the money that oil and natural gas and the companies related to it bring to our towns. We all have sales tax, some more than others. Mineral and landholders will also have to pay more tax. Before we tax something to death that's not making any money, let's give it a chance to work. As you may have heard, there's a huge opportunity in the brown dense oil and gas play, which runs through South Arkansas and North Louisiana. If testing these fruitful productions in our area would be a monumental boost to the communities and counties throughout South Arkansas. We're talking hundreds of new jobs and a huge shot in the arm for local businesses. And I might say right now as I speak, The Robertson well in Columbia County is flowing frack water back, and I want to thank Southwestern Energy for what their efforts are in Columbia County. A little bit of something beats a whole lot of nothing, y'all. Let's don't mess up a good thing for Arkansas. It's just not good for South Arkansas. Thank you.
Thank you, and it's a great opportunity to be here to speak on the behalf of small businessmen and the workers of Arkansas, who are the salt of the earth, who are out there right now. There would literally be thousands, but you know where they are? They're out working. They're developing gas night and day in all the elements. Rain, sleet, and snow, and working tonight while you're asleep. You know why? So you can have an affordable natural resource to heat and cool your home, to cook your food, to heat your hot water. They're working people just like you. You see, some would have you to believe that this is just a tax against big gas companies and they can afford it. Let me tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. This is a job killer. And the last thing Arkansas needs are more layoffs and more shutdowns and having people in the industry that would have to move out of state. We've already seen a slowdown in the industry just to the economics. You think adding more taxes to them is going to increase the productivity? Let me tell you what it will do. For some of my workers, they'll have to pick up, leave their families, sell their homes, take their children out of school, move out of state, so they can have a similar job that they've been trained for. Is that fair? No. Is that fair? No. We are your neighbors. Our children are in school with you. We go to church with you. We buy automobiles. We buy our clothes here. We buy our food here. We buy your goods and services. Don't be misled to think this will not touch you, because it will trickle down. We pay our sales tax here. We pay our property tax here. We pay Arkansas income tax. We are citizens. We're not far removed on Wall Street. So when someone misrepresents the truth and asks you to sign up or support for something with a bunch of misinformation, you please tell them no. You tell them, I will not be associated. I will not support anything that takes away jobs from Arkansas, that will hurt my friends and my neighbors and even come to my house. We need your help. I'm just speaking from the heart as a native Arkansan. Please don't be misled. Please join us. Join these working people here that are working for you and working together. It's not about big gas. It's about these jobs. We'll lose jobs. Don't be misled. Come on, save our jobs. Save our jobs. Save our jobs. Save our jobs.
Save our jobs. Save our jobs. Save our jobs.
My prayers tonight will include a word of thanks that I don't have to go up against Lonnie Turner in a courtroom. Thank you very much, Linda. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, John. We appreciate y'all being here. The bottom line is we are asking you to think about this, talk to your friends and neighbors about it, recognize the potential harm this misguided initiative based on misinformation so far could do to the state of Arkansas and to an important segment of our economy. And then to join with us in this fight, this effort to protect these thousands of jobs and this burgeoning industry in competition with other states around the country. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate your support. Go to Arkansas Jobs and Affordable Energy. We've got a website. Lucas, what is the, where is Lucas? What is the address? It's on here. We just got it up today, so we're pleased to have that available. We've got activities underway across the state. We welcome your support. We appreciate your support. Thanks for coming out today. Appreciate it. That's it.